Welcome you all to this 1 hour session
This meeting is being recorded.
Go ahead.
Yeah. 1 hour session of stress management in professionals. This session is organized by SQC, Sandbook Quality Consultancy. We are the leading training and consultancy firm in Dubai. SQC is a multidisciplinary firm handling consultancy and training, established in Dubai in the year of 2005 under the strong leadership of Dr. Sunil Manjrekar. So, Dr. Sunil Manjrekar, he is having a very good experience, plus 20 plus years of experience, covering a broad range of activities like managing product quality, then implementing and continual improvement of quality and health and safety environment management system, laboratory accreditations, WHO GMP, legal license, quality group membership, federal auditing, etc. The categories of sectors experienced include construction, food industry, pharmacy, laboratory, manufacturing, cosmetic and perfumery industry, hotels, shipping, trading, and so on. So this just introduction about our firm. So today the session is the trainer. I'm giving a just brief profile of our speaker, Srimandhi Gijare. She is a certified clinical hypnotherapist and regression therapist recognized by the Dental and Medical Association of Europe and USA and by KHDA in Dubai. Srimandhi has worked successfully on clients across the globe on several ailments and helped them lead a holistic life. So I'm welcoming you, Srimandhi, to this wonderful session.
Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for this introduction. Welcome, everyone. Today, the session is all about stress and stress management. And this is specially chalked out for hotel professionals or hospitality industry. But stress is not just for them, it's for everybody. So whoever are not from that industry doesn't matter. I'm sure you're going to gain from this what I'm going to talk about. Just to tell, the link which you guys have followed is taking you and giving you a name of the organizer, Miriam Titus. So please, if you can rename yourself, that'll be great. Okay. So stress management. So is it really possible to move from stress to wellness? For that, we need to understand what is stress and what is wellness. So stress is something which is beyond your capacity. You're supposed to do certain things, but when you are pressurized beyond your limit, that is when stress you cannot handle anymore and you can break. Even rocks too, you can see. This is more than what the rock could handle. So there was a breaking point and the rock broke. So similarly, stress, on too much stress can break people too. So little about me. I am Shri, Srimati Mangesh Gijare from Healing with Shri. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, regression therapist, and a wellness coach. Very recently, I got this award as the Best Health Management Consultant 2022 by Being She. I happen to be a geophysicist by background, and I have done my master's from IIT Kharagpur, and they did a story on my journey from geophysicist to hypnotherapist, and it got published on the website. I have worked in the oil and gas industry for 15 years till I found my inner calling, my life's purpose. And at this point, I feel the 3 Ps, purpose, passion, and profession, in my case, are all aligned as I walk this path of wellness. Wellness is not just an absence of a disease or an ailment. Wellness is a complex combination of mental, physical, social, emotional, spiritual well-being. Wellness is strongly linked to one's happiness and also satisfaction, life satisfaction. So I work with my clients on 101, and just by using the power of the subconscious mind, whatever is the challenges, be it physical, psychological, or psychosomatic, we can reverse it. And it's possible. Anything and everything is possible. So even though I have consistently given results, even with chronic diseases and also congenital, my clients usually come to me as a last resort. When everything else has failed, that's when they come to me. And that's because of lack of awareness. So this particular presentation is about how you can use your subconscious mind, manage your stress, and have a better life. So, I'm going to make this presentation, I'm going to make it interactive. So I'm going to ask questions. If anybody can answer, just please raise your hand. I'll be able to see you and you can answer, unmute and answer. So which is the most stressed industry? I've already given the slide away. So it says this marketing and advertising is the most stressed. Of course, hotel industry is not far away. As you can see, it's about 47%. So 3.31 days in a week of 7, the people in this industry are stressed. That's pretty high. But having said that, name me one industry in which there's no stress. Every industry goes through a lot of stress. Okay, so let's understand in a better perspective what is stress and what it can do to our body. So for that, let's understand what is the mind. How is the mind connected to all of it? So before I take you through this slide, let me tell you what is mind and the connection with the body and what is soul. Soul, mind, and body, in layman terms, the body would be the hardware, the mind is the software, and the soul is the power connection. Everything and mostly everything is controlled by mind. So let's understand the mind and its relation to the stress. So conscious mind and subconscious mind. Our mind is having these two parts. The conscious mind is 10 to 12%. The subconscious mind is about 88 to 90%. Through the conscious mind, we do this following things in our life, like decide, analyze, feel. So that's where we use our mind and make our everyday living is through this part of the mind. The subconscious mind is not only 9 times bigger, it is 6,000 times more powerful. This is the zone where your logical answers of most of your illogical questions related to your life situations are stored. It's basically a database. It stores everything. All your experiences goes into a folder in here. So again, mind, the wiring of us is already there when we are born, by the way. So there are 2 things which we are born with. Okay, we are equipped with. Whenever there is an emergency in life, stress is also a type of a mini emergency, you can say, depending upon the size of it. So whenever there is that emergency, our body responds in 2 ways, fight or flight. So either when the situation is happening, we gauge it, and before we can actually process it through our conscious mind, our subconscious mind has already triggered the fight and flight. So our body is already equipped to let's run or let's fight the situation. So when either of the options we have chosen, there is a change which goes through our body. So giving an example, suppose somebody is chasing you at this point, there's an emergency, you have to run. So your body gets equipped, all of a sudden you'll see your heart is beating really fast, your muscles are all tensed up, and you have all the energy in your body to make that run fast. Okay, so that is the autonomous nervous system that kicks in, fight and flight. Of course, you cannot be in that stress level forever. You'll collapse, your heart cannot take in so much of pressure. There's a point beyond that, it'll collapse. So this is when the stress comes in. Your body prepares, goes up the slope. This is the sympathetic curve. And once the emergency is gone, your body comes down, calms, slows down, and goes back to normalcy. Okay, homeostasis. So it's now relaxed. The emergency is gone. But unfortunately, in today's scenario, we are jumping from one crisis to the other. As a result, the homeostasis, the time, has been very shortened. Or sometimes it's not even there. We are moving from one project to the other to the other. So there's no relaxation time at all. So the body's trigger button for emergencies always on. Okay. So as I said, we are already equipped with this. So I give you an example of your subconscious mind. If I were to bring my hands closer to your face without even warning you, I just bring it close, your eyes will shut, and probably you will duck down. You'll say, yeah, that is reflex. Exactly. But again, controlled by your subconscious mind. You had no clue that I'm going to make an attack, but your body somehow knew it. So that is controlled by subconscious mind. So we can get over a lot of things by controlling our subconscious mind, but there are two fears which we can't get over. Fear of loud noises and fear of falling. So to understand the subconscious mind a little bit more, let me explain a bit more. So as I said, the conscious mind is 10 to 12%, and the subconscious is about 88 to 90%. There's a critical filter, if you see.
Come here.
I would request if you're set on mute, please. Others can have a good experience. Can you mute yourself, everyone, please? If you have questions, raise your hands. I'll ask you. Thank you so much. Okay. So the critical filter, as I was saying, we are not born with it. All of us, we were born enlightened. Okay. So the critical filter is developed and is completely formed by the age of 8 years. What is that? This filter is developed by us by 4 things: socio, economic, education, and religion. Meaning, a child doesn't have any inhibitions. This critical layer, filter, is a layer of judgment, the layer of inhibitions, which we train ourselves to be in a society. We prepare ourselves. That's a critical filter. Okay. So whatever information we are getting in our mind, the processing is 4,000 message units per minute. That's our capacity. As a result, when we do a lot of mental work, a critical filter gets clouded. And it's very, very important to clear it. So the clearing of the critical filter happens through sleep, meditation, hypnosis, and breath work. Okay. Now, once the information comes to our conscious mind, it stays there for 1.5 hours, and it goes to the critical filter and stays there for 24 hours. After that, it is up to the critical filter whether it wants to take it or reject it. And then it goes and stays as a file in a subconscious mind. Now, every experience which you have already experienced, for us, since we know it, it is labeled as pleasurable. Whatever we haven't, even though the experience can be good, it is termed as pain because we have not experienced it. So our mind automatically rejects it. So any new ideas, we will reject. Okay, that's why we have to train our mind to accept new ideas. That's the reason. So that was the mind part. Let's also understand the body and the connection to the stress. I have already established when we perceive a threat, our body goes into a fight and flight mode. Okay. Now let's understand what is stress. Now I'm going to open the floor. I'm going to ask one simple question. Let me see who can answer. Are all stress bad? Anybody? Is every stress bad? Who can answer? Oops.
No, I can answer that.
Yes, go ahead, Sukan.
I don't believe that every stress is bad because when you're stressful, you come to a conclusion. You find out why is the stress coming up for, what is the reason, and then you find out the grounds. And then on the second phase, you find out why and what would be the resolution for that. And sometimes stress are better. It gives you a second step of life. That's what I believe.
No, you are right. You know what? Stress helps us perform better also at times. Imagine there's no stress. You're like, okay, let me sleep full day. There's no tension. You can do it for some time, but it's too much could lead you to boredom. So stress, little amount of stress is good. You know, you might have heard the word adrenaline rush. So that's a stress for players. And that rush, not just for players, everybody. When you have that rush, you have that, oh my God, do or die, and you're going to perform that better. So that is essential for you to perform and be there. But that stress, you cannot be in that stress for a longer period of time. That's what I wanted to say. So stress is your body's response to a perception of danger, which we already established. Emergency. Stress is the body's response to a perception of danger. And whenever that danger or emergency button is on, our body releases a hormone called cortisol. And when that is released, because you know what? We have perceived the danger through our eyes maybe. Now it's communicating to the rest of the body. So the eye sends a signal to the mind, and like from the pineal gland, it starts secreting cortisol so that the rest of the body is all activated. And now there's increase in heart rate. Your breathing goes faster and gives you a burst of energy so that you can run fast or fight hard. So to escape the stress, the cortisol is released. But the problem is, if you already have a pre-existing health problem, stress may worsen it. So as I previously asked, is all stress bad? So which I got a good answer. Moderate levels of stress may actually improve your performance and efficiency. Too little may result in boredom, and too much, if you are too stressed, oh my God, you cannot produce at all. Unproductive anxiety level. So there has to be a balance. Okay. So as I was saying, how to connect this to our body. So the mind we have seen. Now let's see how each organ of our body reacts to stress. I'm going to be very minimal. I know this can be boring. So I'll just quickly take you through it so that you understand how stress can hamper. Basically, this is one thing which can affect the entire body, starting with the nervous system. You remember I just told you fight and flight. So then that is fight and flight is connected to the adrenal. Adrenal rush, as we call, cortisol is released. These hormones makes the heart beat faster, I already said. And when the heart is beating faster, it raises the blood pressure. So just imagine you are chased by someone, okay? At this point, you have to just run fast. Even though you had food, the body will not digest food, okay? So the digestive process, the excretion process, the reproductive, every other organ which is not related to at this point of survival, they take a secondary stage. Like they go into the background because at this point, I have to survive, okay? So the digestive process is affected. There's a glucose level high in the body, in the sugar level, in the blood level, so that you can overcome the emergency, okay? So once the crisis pass, the body has to come back to normalcy. That is what the body is expected to do. So when the stress is there, your muscles get tensed up. So that's a muscular system gets affected. Muscles get tensed up. There's a contraction, there's an extension, there's too much going on. And this can lead to headaches, migraine, and various musculoskeletal conditions. Now, respiratory system. How is this connected to the respiratory system? It will make you breathe faster. You'll take rapid ventilation, okay? And this can cause panic attacks. Hyperventilation is nothing but panic attacks. Is it like you cannot breathe, you're falling short of breath. So that's affecting the nervous system, now respiratory system now. Now, cardiovascular system, the heart. When there's a lot of stress, I already said the heartbeat goes faster. So there's more blood needed. Okay, so there's a heart dilation is going on, increasing blood pressure is going on. The more blood is, why this is happening? So because the blood has to go to all the body parts. Okay, it has to be pumped faster because your body is moving faster now. But when you have repeated episodes of acute stress, it can cause inflammation in the coronary arteries, leading to heart attack. Again, stress related. Endocrine system. I already said about it, adrenal gland. So from this, the signal grows and the hypothalamus secretes this stress hormones, cortisol and epinephrine. And when that is happening, so what is like they're sending signals to the rest of the body. So liver is producing more glucose and there's more glucose in the blood right now. Why again? Because there's an emergency and you have to survive the emergency. So that can lead to even sugar levels high, diabetes, when you are unable to go back to normalcy. So as I said, when the body is in a stress level, digestion of food is the last thought that the body is going to think. So your digestion gets affected big time. You might have all experienced it. You know, we are about to make a big presentation. You're about to go to talk to your boss, or you're about to make this amazing dish, whatever. You will get butterflies in your tummy. So stomach is the most closely affected. So nausea, as we say, vomiting, digestion issues, gastritis, all of this is nothing but an extension of stress. Your bowels might get affected. As I said, excretion goes for a toss as well. So, and the body, when the excretion is going for a toss, it's difficult for the body to understand what am I supposed to throw and what am I supposed to keep. That happens in the intestine as well. And lastly, reproductive organs. You know, in men, excess amounts of cortisol, which we said is a stress hormone, causes ill functioning of the reproductive system. You know, because it can impair sperm production and cause impotence. In women, it can cause irregular menstrual cycles and painful periods. It can also, in both of them, it can reduce the sexual desires. So that is the impact of stress in our body, in all the organs. So for this, I have to explain the connection between the mind and the body now. Basically, we have 4 bodies. Okay. One body, which we have already know, is the physical body. Okay. When we have an issue on the physical body, we go to a doctor and get it checked. And the doctor looks at it and gives you a medication. But that's a symptomatic approach. You had a symptom, based on the symptom, he prescribed you medication. But we have to understand there is more beyond the body. So what are the 4 bodies? The first body is a thought body. Everything starts from a thought. But if you ask someone what you are thinking, it's very difficult to say what you're thinking because you're always moving from one thought to the other. You're branching out. But when a thought comes, it creates an emotion in you, emotion, astral body. That is very tangible. Like you can feel angry, worried, sad. That's emotion. The third is the chakra, or the energy body. What is your emotion gets matched by the energy in the body. Example, you're feeling sad. You had no control, but you are tearing up at this point. That is the energy getting matched to the emotion which you are feeling. You were angry. You didn't mean to, but you just stomped away and you shut the door with a force. The thing is, your energy in the body is matching the emotion which you're feeling. You are not calculating and doing all of that. Your body is matching that emotion. In fact, what you are feeling, sometimes you don't have to say also. People around you just make out. They can understand, okay, this person is angry. They just stay away from him. Like, you know what? So we are always in that state and the body is matching that emotion. Thought, we don't remember what was a thought. We have to give it a thought like, why am I feeling worried? Okay, it'll take you time, but emotions, energy, and physical body are all connected. So once you go for a symptomatic approach with your doctor, it can help you. Definitely it works, but it's very short. As in, if you have diabetes, you will be diabetic throughout your life. If you have high BP, you will be high BP patient throughout your life. So symptomatic approach helps you stay so that you do not go more into it, but it never takes you out of the problem. So in order to take out of the problem, you have to go and understand how did you get it in the first place. So that's how it works. As I was telling you, the energy, the chakra bodies, how is the thought, the emotion and the energy matching? You know what? We have 7 chakra centers in our body. You might have heard about it. And each of the chakra centers or energy centers in our body, we have endocrine glands on top of it. So what you thought, based on that thought, what are you feeling now? Your endocrine glands will secrete more or less based on what you're feeling. Okay, of course, over and under the amount which should be secreted can cause any kind of disease. It can be a physical, psychological, or psychosomatic. It's all managed by your endocrine glands, which is managed by the energy, which is matched by your emotion, which is goes to your thought. Everything comes to your physical body last. So when something is on the physical body, that means at least 20 to 25 degeneration has already happened. That's why it's showing up. Okay. Stress, the thing is, nowadays, it's a fact of life for most people. You may not be able to get rid of it because it's not possible sometimes. But you can always find ways to lower it. It's possible. So today, I just told you what is stress, probably which you knew, but now you know a little bit more. So let's find out how to minimize it. So first of foremost, you have to identify the stresses. What is causing the stress? Take a time out, and find out what is stressing me out. Is it the situation, activities, relationships that's causing trauma? What is it? Only you can identify your stress. And for that, you need to have me time. You need to just figure out what is bogging you down. Okay. As I said, stresses can be anything. It can be for a student at school, even for teachers. It can be your work. It can be your family, relationships, legal work, finances, health or illness, environment, living situation. It can be anything. I take a break now. I'm going to ask any of you, can you tell me what is your most, one person, because I can take only one. What's your biggest stress? Are you okay to share? Yes. See, you have not renamed yourself. Can you just tell me? Yeah, I saw your, yeah, can you unmute yourself? You are coming as Miriam Titis to me. Yeah, go ahead. What's your biggest stress? We can't hear you. We can't hear you. First, you need to tell me your name because we can't see your name. Yeah, go ahead. We can't hear. Wait, can you check? Can you, no. Can you remove the connection and speak? Yes, I think I heard you. Yeah, talk. No. Okay, are you
Please
connected?
unmute.
Yeah, unmute yourself.
Please unmute. Yeah.
Unmute, please. I can't see her fully because my screen is not allowing me. No, you have to unmute. Yes. Can you say now?
Okay.
Okay.
Now yes. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you tell her your name first, please? Because your name is coming as Miriam.
My name is Senorita.
Okay, Norita, come on. What's your biggest?
Yeah. My biggest stress now is my son who is sick. He's in the hospital. The thing has really been eating me up all this while.
Wait, can you repeat? Your biggest stress is
My son is sick.
son is sick. Okay, relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Relationship. Yeah.
yeah, family. Of course, when son or a close member is sick, it's the biggest stressor. There's no doubt on it. Okay, so what about him? He's sick with what?
Oh?
He's sick. Is that
Yeah, he's sick.
okay? Fine. I'm going to tell you in the next slides how we can manage stress. See, sickness can be short-lived, but it can stress you out. Even when your son gets better, maybe since the cortisol is already in the blood, you might carry the weight of him as sick for longer period of time, even though he might be better. Your body to go back to homeostasis, it may take time. So I'm going to tell you some techniques and probably it will work for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So how do we manage stress? This particular slide, you know what? Probably all of you know this. Okay. The best way to manage stress is you have to release it. What are the ways of releasing? Can you please unmute again? I mean, mute yourself. You unmuted. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So we can you okay? Okay. So stress relief strategies, we should be knowing them. So body relaxation exercise, the best and foremost is breathing techniques. If you remember, the critical filter is cleared by breathing techniques I mentioned. Breathing techniques. Okay, there are 4 things which can help you, which we are already there. We can use it for the clearing of the critical filter, for releasing of stress. Sleep is the biggest antidote. You have a good night's sleep. If you can manage your sleep, if you can say, I'm going to put my phone away and I'm going to give myself 6 to 8 hours of sleep, you can do it. This is in your hand. Switch off airplane mode and sleep if you can. Sleep is the biggest antidote. Sleep is the time when your body goes into repair system. So you need to give that body that time. Sleep. Meditation, which I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. Breath work and hypnosis. These are the times when these are the things which you can do. So breathing techniques, as I was telling you, can help. Very simple. Imagine the stress and it's building high in your body. Focus and imagine you are like a pump, reverse pump. Focus on it and just take it out. That's a breathing technique. Very simple and it works. Guided imagery. Imagine the stress. Let's just imagine it's your boss. Imagine he's standing there and you are having a good, meaningful conversation with him. Not like the mocking ones, good ones. That's guided imagery. Physical exercise is actually you're doing it. Your body needs it. Physical exercise like yoga, workout routine, it helps you release that cortisol out of your system. Meditation, it helps to release the cortisol from your mind. Counseling helps. Talk to someone. You may get a better perspective of certain things. I don't know why there's a taboo for people to come and take help from, counselors. As I told you, my clients come to me as a last routine. They come and just say, you know what, you're a last resort. And I'm like, why? Why were you suffering for so many years? But that's how it is. This is a lack of awareness, I would say. So just get away from the taboo. Do not fear what others are talking, what others are feeling. You know what you want and go for it. So talk therapy, as I was saying. Life coaching. Some other helpful tips is, as I said, if you counsel, changing perception and accept can help. And sometimes you need to manage expectations of others. It's okay to say no. I can't do it right now, maybe tomorrow morning. You can break a job. When your big job is given to you, it seems unmanageable. So make it into smaller tasks of manageable parts that can help you. Set reasonable and realistic goals. And when you accomplish them, pat your back. Don't expect someone else to come and pat it. You do the needful. Always avoid procrastination. That doesn't help. When you are avoiding a problem, it doesn't vanish. It's going to be there. Maybe it's going to go bigger in size. Set boundaries. Very, very important. Set boundaries. You need to know how much you can do. Rest, delegate. Don't compromise your values and beliefs. It's not worth it to lose your sleep on something. As I said, schedule your me time. It is the most important thing. And for stress and for even otherwise, avoid coffee, caffeine. It helps to increase cortisol. It adds to it. What is the benefit of stress management? We know that. Physically, emotionally, and production-wise, you're going to be much better. Physically, your health is going to get better. And when that gets better, your energy levels are going to get better. Emotions are going to be stabilized. You'll have a positive attitude. You'll be more happy, hopeful. Nothing can be better than that. Remember, the most important thing, this is a very crucial slide. Understand why relaxation is important. You know what? When we are normally in our everyday activity, we are in a beta wave. When we are awake, alert, we are in beta waves. And that is a frequency beyond 14 hertz. Our mind works on waves, electrical waves. So our brain is firing that electrical waves. And when we are alert, we are having that beta waves, okay, which helps us getting task done. Alpha is 7 to 14 when you slow down your brain. And when you slow down your brain starts releasing alpha waves. When alpha waves are released, which is 7 to 14 cycles per second, it helps you to improve your learning. It calms you down. Of course, it reduces and it increases happy hormones. It removes cortisol and happy hormones are released like dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. These comes into play only when we have alpha waves. Okay, how do you do that? Alpha waves are released when you pray. It calms you down when you pray. Keep quiet, just meditate. Alpha frequencies are released. Okay. The key word here is balance. You can't be in the alpha frequency forever. There has to be balance between beta, alpha. You need to have stress and you have to manage to have the stress. The key word is nothing but balance. Okay. My 2 cents on stress management. Stress management works best when you have a good time management. The more prepared you are, the less stressful you will be in the future moments. I'm giving an example here. Like suppose it's very stressful in the morning when you're waking up, kids, you're also getting ready. Just go through that with the kids. Give them the alarm clock, give them the time, make them responsible. Setting up boundaries are very important. Communication helps. Okay. Let them be answerable to their own consequences. You give them the onus. Okay. If you are getting worked up, then manage your stress. Get your clothes and lunches ready the previous evening. Everything is in your hand. You can recruit help. Okay. You can manage pick up drop. You can do everything if you can plan. So time management is key for stress management. I have a question now. What is happiness? Let's connect all of the stress. As I already said, when stress is managed, you can lead a very happy and balanced life. So what is happiness? Can I have some different hands, please? Anybody? Okay. Go ahead, Furkan. You're very active. Go ahead. I appreciate. I'm just otherwise speaking to a wall, I feel. So thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, basically, for me, happiness is inside. I believe if you go hunting for happiness outside, I get one item, I'll be happy. If I get another item, I'll be happy. Once I keep on getting those items and get it home, then the happiness finished. You need to be happy from inside. That's what my belief is. And that comes from your peace of mind. And you need to keep a very relaxed mind. And how do you keep relaxed mind? I believe to be in the present moment. What you have, just to be there right in the present moment. That's what I believe. And that brings a smile to my face when I say I'm always in my present moment. I get more focus.
That's a very good answer. Anybody else? I thought I saw one more hand raised. MJ, I'm not too sure. MJ, do you want to answer? I saw your hand was raised. Yes, no?
I gotta ask one more question. Would you mind if I throw a question to you?
Questions, sorry. Furkan, questions I'll take in the end. I'm just going,
Okay.
I'll take the questions, but later on. Okay.
All right.
So, is happiness external or internal? Furkan did give a good answer, but anybody else? MJ raised hands, but I think he's not interested anymore. Okay. Well, this was a tricky question. Happiness is neither external nor internal. Happiness is a choice, which we always make. Okay. It is our choice. We can have everything, but still choose not to be happy. Okay. In order to be one thing which I completely agree with Furkan is to be present. When you are completely present, you're in a different phase. And that's what it is. When you're not happy, there are things which is not making you happy. So let's identify what are those things in terms of emotions. Remember, I was telling you, thought body is the first, the second is the emotion body. So these 4 emotions create all diseases, be it physical, psychological, or psychosomatic. I repeat, okay, these 4 emotions create havoc in our body. First, I'd committed mistakes. So what am I feeling today? Guilt. Somebody did something wrong to me. What am I feeling today? Anger. Situation was not in my hand, so I got so worked up. What am I feeling today? Helplessness. If you see, all of these emotions are related to my past experiences. It's not there in the present. Other emotion is fear and anxiety. What if I lose my job? What if? It's an emotion of the future. So in order to live happily in the present, trust me, you need nothing. Yes, you need to care and prepare. You have to be prepared. You need to take actions. If you have done mistakes, take responsibility. If you have done, if somebody is making you angry, it's up to you. Go and handle it. You have to self-empower yourself. Handle it. Stand up for yourself. You know what? Anger turned inwards, extreme anger turned inwards causes cancer. So it's up to you how you want to handle it now. Guilt. Too much of guilt can affect your kidney, liver, kidney stones. Guilt. Helplessness. When you have a lot of helplessness, you have body reaction, skin reaction, skin diseases, helplessness. Fear and anxiety, heart diseases, stomach issues, everything. Everything is connected, okay? Now, as I was saying, diseases are nothing but software glitches, which first corrupts our mind, then it starts corrupting our hardware, the body. So I'm going to show few slides now next, very quickly, about some of the diseases which may seem to you before that it's not possible without medicine, but here we have worked without medicine and things have worked. I mean, we could reverse it. This one is a diabetic client of mine who had diabetes. As I was telling you, sugar levels are high. That means body was perceiving a danger in the environment. So she was diabetic for 10 years. And after that, she is not anymore. Again, it's not that I'm feeling great. I do not have diabetes. The medical report says she's no longer diabetic. This particular client of mine was not really an obese, but she was overweight when she came to me. Weight is also body's perception of protection. She lost 11 kgs. Not only that, she had other issues as well related to stress. Her excretion had problem. So there was something working there as well, as I was telling you, as I showed you in the beginning. This is a client who had hypothyroid for 10 years. He's from India, 17 years he is right now. He was suffering from 10 years. So he started his medications from 7 years. Right now, he's no longer thyroid. He doesn't have the thyroid problem anymore. Medical report proves it. All of this without any medication. So it's just by the use of the power of the subconscious mind. So since seeing is believing, I have some cases here. Psoriasis, if you see, it's all gone, completely faded away. Rashes, skin rashes usually happen when you have a lot of irritation with something. It's not just irritation of the skin, you're irritated with a situation, person, or something around you. So this was my client in Bangalore. And as you see, without any medication, she's out of it. Cervical disorder. This particular client of mine, an Italian client, she had her neck like this. And when we regressed, we saw that she developed it when she was 2 years old, when her parents were going through separation. So she felt all the brunt of the separation, she absorbed it. She absorbed and she's still holding on to it. So this is how the mind and the body connects. So my reason of showing these slides are for that, for you to understand how deep it all goes. Cyst in ovary, one of my clients in here from UAE, she had cyst. When she came to me, it was about 7.7. And just by using the power of the subconscious mind, we reduced it to 2.3. She no longer needed surgery. Imagine. And it's possible. One of my clients had Crohn's. Crohn's is an extreme form of IBS. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. He was already in steroids. Crohn's, there's no medication for it. And right now he's completely free of it. This particular client had constipation. I mean, not this client, this is the mom writing. She was suffering for 3 years and she would not go sometimes for three weeks. She was in too much of pain. And now she's completely out of the situation. So I want you to now experience something. Sitting in your own comfortable position, I want you to experience. It's a brief mindfulness exercise. Okay. What is mindful? Let's ask everybody. Anybody can answer. Furkan, I know you know the answer, but let's give a chance to someone else. Anybody, what is mindfulness? Come on, guys. Okay. Anybody? Now anybody? Furkan, you are included in this. What is mindfulness? Because I want you to experience, I'm going to do a brief meditation for you all so that you can experience something.
Mindfulness is all about thoughts that comes into your mind. Mindfulness is all about tons and millions of thoughts coming in. You close your eyes for a couple of seconds and whatever comes to your mind, could be visualization, could be anything. If I'm not wrong, I don't know really.
Yeah, this time you're wrong. Mindfulness is just, but you have given the answer before. Mindfulness is nothing but being more present.
Focus, okay.
Present. I mean, just being present as at this moment. What are you feeling in your body? That's mindfulness. So that I want you to all experience. I would say it's a reconnection with your body. You know, when we have a disease, the first thing, we say, okay, this is what, let's just go to a doctor and just get rid of it. Hold on. The disease is body's communication to you. Give it some time, like think, what is my body telling me? We do not have time. We do not have the patience. What is my body's communication? I don't care. Who cares? This is what is present. When you calm down, slow down, and listen to your body, be more present, is mindfulness. So if you all are ready, I want you to take you through a 5-minute meditation process. So are you ready? Okay. So this 5-minute guided meditation is actually, as I said, it's like a body scan. So where you focus and purposefully relax your entire body, purposefully, mindfully. Okay, one area at a time as I guide you. So at this point, wherever you are, I want you to just sit in an upright but relaxed position. Just sit upright. Drop your gaze or close your eyes. Just relax. Give yourself this 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. And take a deep breath in and an audible exhale out, like this. Breathing in one more time and breathing out audibly out. Sitting quietly, feel yourself freely floating. And now invite your body to relax. When we simply sit and breathe, we activate the body's calming response, the alpha levels. It allows the brain to display the calm, smooth, harmonious waves called alpha brain waves, like the waves of the ocean, coming in to the shore and rolling back out, coming in and going out, breathing in and breathing out. Relax. Now at this point, I want you to drop your shoulders, relax your jaws, and unfurl your brow. Allow your mind to float freely until it settles down. Let thoughts come and go as they please. Right now, I want you to again bring your attention back to your breath. Don't exert yourself trying to block any thoughts. Just remain passive and remind your body that we are sitting now, we are breathing now, we are relaxing now. Sit quietly, stay with your breath, like the waves of the ocean, breathing in and breathing out. Let the thoughts fade into the background. Relax. Be still, be quiet. Just try to be at ease. This is a gift of relaxation. Now, as your feet is on the floor, I want you to really feel your feet in contact with the ground beneath you, or wherever you are. Wherever your feet is at this point, feel it. And just take a few more deep breaths like this and feel your feet. I want you to now focus on your toes. Scrunch them up and then release. So you're just making sure as you're taking in my message, you're reaching out to your body part and you're doing it. And you're seeing how your body is listening to you. Now relax your ankles, your calf muscles. Just focus on the calf muscles and it will relax. Your knees, your thigh muscles. Remember, let any thoughts you may have float up and away from you in an air bubble. You know, we process our emotions in our body and we keep it there. So as I'm focusing on the body part, if any thought is coming, just gaze through it, graze and let it go. Now let your buttocks relax. Focus on your pelvic area. And begin to notice any tension you may have in your back. Any pain? Breathe deeply into that pain, if at all, and let it out of your system. Breathe out. Slowly relax. Now, focus on your shoulders. Lift them up and then release completely. Wonderful. Now, it's time to relax your neck and jaw muscles. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let go of all your tensions you're holding in your neck and jaw. Finally, the top of your head. I'd like you to hunch your shoulders one last time. And as you release your shoulders, any remaining tension can sink down and flow out of you, as if you're jerking it out of your head, out of your body, with that motion from your shoulders. Now take a deep breath and enjoy this feeling of relaxation. And calm for a little while longer. See and understand. When you are in that level, your productivity actually increases because you are kind of recharging your body along with your mind. So it's always good to give yourself that me time of relaxation. I'd like you to now slowly bring your attention back to the room, begin noticing the sounds around you. And when you're ready, open your eyes gently. Come back to the here and now. Open your eyes. So how was it? Are you feeling all right, guys? Yep. Can I continue? I've got only 1 or 2 slides and I'm going to take in questions. So I'm Healing with Shri and I'm there in all the social media. My name is like be very mindful, it's SREE. People search by SHREE. So it's SREE, Healing with Shri. I'm there in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, okay, everywhere. And you can reach me also through WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is here. And my Gmail number is there. It's healingwithshri@gmail.com. I'm there in the Google. This is where my Google page is. I'm based in Dubai. But I have clients globally in US, UK, Singapore, Sweden, Australia, India at this point, which means that this works even online. That's the amazing part. And this, this is like my business card. If any of you want to scan it, you're free to do it. There's one thing which I want to say. You are the creator of your own reality. Whatever that reality is. If it is that diabetes, the chronic pain, the migraine, the headache, the stone, the kidney issues, or fear of speaking in the public, or procrastination, or fear of driving, phobia, allergy, name it. This reality, you are the creator of it. And anything and everything is possible. Change is possible only. It has to start with you. You have to acknowledge that you want to change. And for that, you have to first, as I said, you have to acknowledge you want to change. You have to bring in the change. And for that, you have to be the change. And you know what? It's absolutely okay to ask for help. To unleash the best version of yourself. So that's Shri from here. I'm here to take in questions. Anybody else? Otherwise I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much. That was my last slide. Yes. Yes.
In your training, you mentioned something in the seminar saying, train your mind with the new ideas. What do you mean by that?
So the new ideas is, when I first came to know, the body issues are always a body issue. We go to a doctor and we get it treated. The new idea is, no, the mind is the first. And when you connect with the mind, you have to just understand how you can unravel that and remove it and be the best version. For that, of course, the methods which I told you, as I said to you, most of it is known to you. But you can plan it in a different way to do it. That's what I meant. You had a question in the beginning, in the middle. You were asking something in the middle when I said I'll take it in the end.
Yeah. You mentioned something that sometimes your mind gives you illogical questions.
Yep.
And could you just elaborate how come questions could be illogical? The answers could be illogical. The question would always be having its logic, right?
So I'll give you an example of illogical and rational. So that's exactly what is a fear or a phobia. Illogical is this. You have a fear. What's the difference between a fear and phobia? Let me explain so that you understand what is illogical. So I have a fear of dogs because I was bitten by a dog when I was 2 years old. So that's a fear. It has a rational and a logic attached to it. You know what? I have a remembrance of it. 2 years back, when I was 2, I was small, blah, blah, blah. I was bitten. So there's a rational attached to it. Now, illogical is when you do not have any rational to it. I freeze at the sight of a lift. I cannot go in a lift. I want claustrophobia. But did you get trapped in a lift sometime? No, I cannot go. That's illogical, irrational, and that is phobia. When something is illogical, the answers to it lies in your subconscious mind. And it can be untapped. You can find out why is that I have that illogical behavior of mine. Does it make sense?
Yes, it does. And I've got one more question. I've got tons of questions. Do you really have time for all that, or?
I have 5 more minutes because I have clients coming in after this. Because I also
Okay, please ask if there anybody else who would like to throw out the questions.
But I appreciate Furkan. You have been very active, and I like interactive audience. So thank you.
Most welcome. I love the way you mentioned software glitches to the hardware glitches. Very nicely said.
Yeah,
Very nicely. I never heard it before.
Yeah, it is true, So Furkan, if you have time, if you can go through, like I have seen such amazing results, even with congenital disease getting reversed because it's here.
Yeah.
That's what I meant in the, of course you have heard stress. What is stress? Of course you know how to get rid of stress. Do a better time management, understand stresses. We know that, but the connection is missing big time.
Exactly.
We always know, like body issues, let's go to this. Mind issue, no, it's all connected. It's all connected.
It's the mind who plays the game. It's the mind game.
Everywhere, in every disease, it's mind. Otherwise, can you imagine how would it be possible that, one of my clients had stones for kidney stones. And he was taking medication, but he was in too much of pain. And then when we worked, we saw from where and how did it develop. Stone is nothing but a hardened, something is hardened, right? It's a hardened feeling. It couldn't went out, it got hardened. And we figured, for me, it's not my story. It doesn't matter to me, the story is real or unreal. If it makes sense to my client and if he's coming out of it, that means it is true. And after the session, which is like miraculous even for me, he peed it out in 2 days after the session. The stone went out. So that's how it is here. Okay.
You did mention something with hypnosis. That you do hypnosis as well, right?
Hypnosis.
Yeah.
Hypnosis. So yeah. So as I told you in the beginning, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. When I say clinical, clinical is it is with the body, with the mind together. I work on this, yeah. So there are So for me, my specialty is I work on physical, though I work with psychological as well, but my specialty is I work with physical diseases as well, mostly.
Anybody more asking questions? Shall I continue? Ask if somebody will have questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Anybody else? I don't even know who all are there. Okay.
Nobody is throwing questions. So I would really want to ask this question to you. Well, you mentioned who decides the stress levels? Is it high or less? It's we, an individual decides the stress level is high or low. But what's the hierarchy that we say, okay, this is the highest level of stress, this is the lowest stress? No, we don't. I mean, I as a person can't make it out that this stress level is low and this is the highest level. I can't, as you mentioned initially, that one of the client landed up and said, you are the bottom line. Now we don't have anywhere else to go. This
See,
is
because
like,
you saw that, like I was giving an example of the constipation client.
yeah.
As a parent, they had gone to a lot of doctors in Dubai.
Mm-mm.
It didn't work. And finally, it was the mind, with the mind it worked. Okay, so the results are there. Now, right now, she doesn't have constipation anymore. And her biggest thing was nothing but stress. Okay, as a child, what stress I cannot disclose more, but she was in a lot of stress as a child. Maybe it was a home atmosphere, it was a school. So, yes. Now, coming back to this level of stress, stress is very individual. My level of absorption of stress can be really high compared to yours. Emergency situation for you can be way different from mine. Again, it's not how I do it, how my conscious mind is doing it, how my subconscious is processing it, and how my body is processing it based on it. You get it?
Got it.
My conscious mind has no role in it. So how?
I've got to
Go ahead.
see. I at this point of age, I've gone through several stages of my life here, financial, relationship, everything. But I never ever had, I don't know, there's something inside me that I never ever had a feeling to fight. I always calm down. I do have a moment, I do have a weak moment when I open up my mouth and speak loud, but I can't speak loud more than 1 minute. And it just goes down all of a sudden. I mean, it just settles down. Are you still there? Are you still there?
Yep.
Okay. So I never ever have I mean, I sometimes feel later at a later stage I was meant to fight. Why wouldn't I fight? Why didn't I fight? I was supposed to fight that. And then I regret later on that I was meant to fight, but I don't usually. All this my life, I never had a physical fight. Yes, we had like hot discussions sometimes, but it really stressed me out later on. I was meant to fight. Why didn't I?
Yeah, that's because, as I said, you meant to fight, you're saying with your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind has already taken a decision, maybe to flight. So,
No, I never run away from the situation. I never ever run away. I stand up there and convince the guy or the lady to a convincing level. I never ever run away from, never take the flight.
so maybe that in that case, it's not an emergency for you. Because if it's emergency, body will react in two ways. So it's not an emergency for you. And if you're not fighting back and if you're keeping quiet, you will have throat issues. Your throat chakra can be blocked because you're not doing what you're meant to do. So,
Never did, honestly.
am I right?
No, it never did. I stand up right there in front of the person and argue in a very soft and polite way
So why is
till
it
I
bothering you?
convince.
So if you're doing it everything correctly, why is it bothering you? You should be happy.
But end of the day, it comes to my mind that I was supposed to fight to this question. I wouldn't let it go like that.
Fight. What I meant by fight is not physical fighting or fighting.
No.
Okay.
I mean, the argument fight
Yeah.
should be there.
Maybe.
And sometimes it's like I really would have abused him and let him go with it. But it doesn't come out. It's just not, I just hold it back. I don't know why do I hold it back. You just hold it back.
See, if you can hold it back and if you can process it in your body, good for you. But I'm saying when you process it a
It's a
lot,
good sign.
not really. No. When you process it internally, it causes effect on your body.
Oh. Yeah.
I have a question.
Who is this? Can you identify?
This is Nikhil.
Okay, Nikhil.
Yeah, I'm from Dubai, and I have a question. Is it true that during anxiety, if a person has a very high levels of anxiety, the weight, there's a considerable weight loss for that moment or for that period? Is it true? The
Okay.
weight drops.
Okay.
And what could be the reason for that?
So the thing is, as I said to you in the beginning, like anxiety, when there's an anxiety or there's a stress level is increased, the cortisol is coming up, okay, in the body. Weight, for some people, it can decrease drastically. Weight for some people can increase.
Increase
Everybody
also.
reacts in a different way, by the way, related to anxiety and stress.
I have heard that there's a weight decrease, but I have not heard about increase.
Of
But
course,
maybe true. Yeah.
when is a high anxiety level in your body, you can
Yeah.
also, some people, see, this is an emergency. This is your body is an anxiety level, okay?
Yeah.
Anxiety means what? Anxiety means your heart is beating really fast. There's a hyperventilation. When there's more sugar pumped into your blood, okay, you're supposed to do that extra work, which you are meant to do. The body is like, it's like a machine which is working faster now. So weight reduction is, because you're not probably intaking that much. So weight reduction is very common. Like, because the efficiency of the machine has increased. So the production of the thing has also increased, but the intake is not there. So weight reduction is common. But some people handle anxiety in a different way. They sometimes put on more also by eating. That is also a suppression. That can also lead to weight increase.
It happens to me when
Yeah, depends upon people to people. It changes.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I would witness that when I'm overstressed, I eat too much.
Yep, I know that. There are different people in a different. Yep.
In scenarios, yeah. When I'm overstressed, either I sleep too much or I eat too much.
Correct.
What is the max hours when you're stressed you could sleep?
So the max hours, there's nothing. Again, you are asking very, Furkan, every body is different. Every body. What is a max for your body can be different for my body. So there's nothing, there's no.
But there would be a scientific
No.
answer for that. Like if a
You
person
can do
sleep for more than 48 hours.
No, what is ideal is your body knows. As I said, your body is asking, craving that sleep to recover that stress. Is it 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, or 14 hours? I do not have an answer to that. Everybody is different. When you take in a medication, your reaction to that medication will be completely different because it's your body. It cannot be compared to my body's reaction.
Yeah, it happens.
There's no fixed answer to it. Okay, I'm going to sign off right now because I've got clients, patients coming up. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And I thank SQC for arranging this.
Thank you, Sri. Thank
Yeah.
you for this wonderful session.
Yeah.
Thank you
hope
so
everyone-
very much, Shri, for the seminar. It was really, really fruitful. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Very relaxing yoga practice. And I was really, really flying off my mind. I couldn't open my mind.
I saw
It was
that.
very
My
relaxing.
eyes were closed for a longer period of time when I started my session. So it was not a yoga, it was
Okay.
meditation, mindfulness. If you guys liked it, I'll be happy if you can leave a review in my Google page. I would be doing these kind of sessions more. And please be in touch with SQC to know more details. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Signing off.
So, yeah.
I need your Google
Thank
page.
you.
I missed it
Hope-
out.
Sorry, Furkan?
I need your Google page. I missed it out. I took your number.
Yeah.
Your Google page. Okay, healing with Shri. Okay.
If you scan this, you'll have everything. Can you scan it?
I tried scanning it, but it wasn't coming up. I started twice, but it didn't come up.
Okay.
Let me just try it again.
Maybe because it's all over the page. I have to reduce it.
Yeah, it's not coming up. I'm trying to, but it's not. So, Shri, do you take patients all the time? I mean, how can we book appointments with you?
So it's on my website,
And you,
on the
Mhm.
Google, everywhere it's there. You can book me through there. Yeah.
and you take corporate clients as well. When I say corporate, means a team of people who are working in an organization. Because in my organization, there are a lot of people who get stressed out very quick.
Yeah.
Do you do something like that as well?
Yep, I do.
Okay.
If you connect with me,
So shall we wind up?
Yes.
Shri?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So thank you all. So hope everyone got relaxed from your personal and professional stress. Thank you to all of you from part of our SQC session organized from Sandbook Quality Consultancy. So wishing you all very happy, relaxed and stress-free weekend. Thank you.
Me too.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.